I have something to crypto talk about. Here I am. Hi. Why? How is that light still on? What the heck? Let's see. There we go. All right. Welcome to Crypto World 4.0. Please like and subscribe. So Bill Gates, he hung out with Donald Trump, and I get this vibe that things are. I'll just put it this way. I get this vibe that Bill Gates is going to be the next fall guy, kind of like Epstein turned into the fall guy. Like you don't hear about. They tried to turn Bill Clinton into the fall guy, but it just really hasn't happened. Like I don't know, but it looked pretty grim, right? There was just a moment where people definitely turned on Jeffrey Epstein. Now, society did turn on Bill Gates a long time ago, and society did turn on Fauci a long time ago. I think they got turned on by society at the same time, and things come in waves. You've heard of fractal? So you can on fractal patterns like it's the you learn about it in art and in math, and it's in nature. It's everywhere. It's this, but that's not even a good example because that's just a spiral that just keeps growing. But hypothetically, but things do happen in some sort of pattern, you could say, and sometimes the if things come in rolling, then it could even roll bigger next time, and that could be what's happening because last time with Fauci, people were turning on him because of the I forget what it's called, this X something with it, maybe an X, some weird drug given to people with AIDS in the 80s or 90s or something like that, and people were pissed. Okay, and then same thing, like people were pissed at the general public was pissed at Bill Gates for uh, monopoly type shit. I'm not exactly sure, but he got a pie smashed in his face. Some people say that's when he turned into the real Doctor Evil, right? I don't know. Though it just seems as if Bill Gates might be laughing it up with his people, and even Chris Hayes is only pointing out the simple facts for the Hunger Game people watching his stupid show. I saw his clip thanks to Jimmy Dore, and I saw a part of a Chris Hayes show, which Chris Hayes was showing that he has a clip from Bill Gates, and what he was pointing out from the clip is that Bill Gates pulled some funny punchlines and jokes on the funny Trumpster. But that might be what Chris Hayes thinks he's doing because he might actually think he matters. He doesn't, but he matters 100%. It's yin and yang. But what I'm saying is, and I'm maybe being very judgmental right there, so keep that in mind. Though I think that Chris Hayes, he's not even like in my mind like necessarily there. He's just another just like me, just another person that is there. And so what I'm getting at is that there's people behind him, and it seems as if this was leaked to him, not to really for what Chris Hayes thought he was doing or what he was controlled to only say. But they're testing, the powers that be are testing the general population on their sentiment with uh, Gates, which I believe they already know. It's not good, but there's still a few maybe, but and this to kind of leak out to kind of turn the tides a different direction because it doesn't look so good right now. It doesn't look so good. Like, and it's still like, look, even right now, like I'm getting not a single person watching. Was it my shadow ban or people are my subscribers not into this type of topic? I'd say they're definitely into this topic. So, but the tide, I feel it turning. You can see it kind of coming in a fractal, in a pattern, in a wave. And I feel the wave is doing it again. It's gonna tide, or it's gonna, it's gonna bring them to shore, and flush them out, and they'll be left like whales on the beach because it didn't like I looked up on Google today and asked about like, do the COVID vaccines work? And what they said was quite phenomenal. They're like, the COVID vaccines do not prevent or doesn't prevent getting COVID and doesn't prevent the transmission of COVID. Straight up, it goes. But that's what they said they were for. They never said that it was going to be a therapeutic. But now they're saying, but it is proven that one of it said, they didn't even say for sure, but said potentially makes you not get as sick. Well, you're totally wrong. And now you're saying that it could do this other thing. So how do we know you're right about this other thing, but you're admitting you're wrong about the other thing? And it's like on there plain as day. And it just seems like the people, then there's a chart. Of course, this chart was shown on InfoWars, though I believe it to be real, because you saw him get sued for Sandy Hook, defamation. So everybody that can will try to sue him for defamation because they can get that money. People do it. And if he's defaming people and stuff, they're going to try to get that money, and they should. But nobody else that I know of has a successful, I think I heard there's one more suit going on, but he's going off on people about the vaccines. And so what was on the InfoWars was a chart that shows that nobody's getting the boosters anymore. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think people are literally scared, dude. Like, and so it's just weird. And then like a lot of us people that didn't get vaccinated, we wouldn't dare talk about it on the internet because we saw what was happening. You get shut down and weird shit. You had to come up with like weird code words and stuff. And now it's kind of like, well, we didn't take it. And so, it's like reverse lotto. Like, by not playing the game, you kind of have a better chance because of, it's so weird. Like, how censored things are. Like, I had one person that come on here and then they just instantly leave. For all I know, they could be just YouTube checking in on me, make sure I'm not doing anything too crazy. So what it feels like is I have this new picture painted of Bill Gates trying to make out like he said he never hung out with or met Donald Trump until after he was president, right? Well, that kind of plays in Trump's favor for not being one of the people obsessively going to Epstein's Island, because they would have definitely, I guess a lot of the flight logs would be showing that was pre-Trump presidency, right? So that kind of is a win for Trump. And then with the question he was asking Bill Gates is like, should I investigate the vaccines? And Bill Gates told him, no, don't do that. It's a waste of time, because basically Kennedy is an idiot, is what I took from it. But so is Donald Trump that dumb to just like be like, okay, Bill Gates said not to, so then he didn't? Or are they all part of this big club and they're just trying to paint this picture, and Bill Gates is going to be the fall guy because they could see there's Trump actually has a coalition of people that love him. Like half of the United States adore him. I want to say maybe half, but like basically say 33%. That I think they adore. Like he has the people that adore him. I don't think anybody really adores Bill Gates. He's just like a gushed over rich person, but he doesn't have like, unless you work at Microsoft or something, you're not going to ride or die for. Say right there, ride or die. That sounds bad. They're gonna be like, oh, see, this January 6th is violence. I'm just saying that's the terminology I got from Tupac. I love black culture. Stop. I voted for Kanye West. I was born white, and according to this class I took, I might not be the best person to even be talking about this subject, right? Because I am inherently a colonialist, but I'm Irish, but then I have Scottish in me. I don't have any English or German. See, now we're stuck in this trap of me trying to defend myself. I'm a winner. My code got here. You're a winner. Your code got here. Okay? And so, but what I'm seeing is I think that people are going to be getting really pissed. They're already pissed. People are pissed about the vaccines. The people that took it are pissed about the vaccines because it didn't It didn't work. They're not even saying it has like a 100 or a 10% chance of preventing it. They took the percentage out. Now they're just saying it doesn't prevent or blah 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 blah. But you don't get as sick. Well, wait a second. My mom got deathly ill. Wait a second. Everybody knew that took it. Got hella sick. What are you talking about? Except Ed. Except my buddy Ed. He didn't. Fuck. He felt great, but he did have to go to the doctor because his heart was hurting. But he said that was because he was drinking too much. But you've always been drinking a lot. Just like these athletes have always been running a lot. Now, if you overwork your heart rate, you don't feel as good, right? So there you go. So everybody I know that took that shit is actually not got more sick than I did, right? So I think that the general public uh, is going to turn against. They already have turned against Bill Gates. They turn against Fauci. They don't trust him or like him. Nobody likes those two guys. They're like nobody does. Everybody compare. Yeah, I say even on the Democratic side, like I'm going hanging out with my friends that were like, I'm voting for Biden. I'm voting for Biden. Blah blah blah. You got to get vaccinated. You got to wear a mask. Blah blah blah. And now they're like, he goes, I was just hanging out with the dude that was just like really pushing that shit. And he's like, I don't watch CNN or Fox. I don't won't listen to politics anymore. It just makes me crazy. You know what? So now he doesn't want to talk about anything. Like, he won't bring up the vaccine, bring up none of that shit at all. Oh, and he's dying too. He got 55. He was given 55 months left to live. He's on month 23, but now he's not getting vaccinated again. Nope. And he's drinking smoothies every day. He changed his diet, but what couldn't have been the fucking vaccines. You know what I'm saying? Like, so everybody's not taking the next thing, and so I think that the real people behind the powers that be really, like, they could have different people that they let kind of be rich or let do this or that or let be the talking heads or hypothetically. I'm just being very hypothetical because maybe there's nothing and it's just all just energies and families grow like the Gates family and the Trump families, but there might be even they're all tugging each other in different ways. I don't know, but what I'm getting at here is that I think that it's going to be flipped over to Trump the next election. I mean, a lot of people pissed off, but there's going to be a lot of people that are not going to be that mad because it was so them picking Biden was so bad, and then how they treated people was just so crazy with the laptop and stuff. Basically, they could keep the power of who if there is powers that be, they could hold power by keeping Trump and getting rid of Bill Gates because everybody likes Trump, right? Not everybody, but it's just turning into this like weird thing where and then everything could collapse. It could be really bad, but like you could see like a yearly dead cat bounce on this economy. You could see some sort of what I mean was like a presidential bounce with it getting turned over to Donald Trump. But everything seems like what people are talking about with like food shortages and different things. It seems like it's coming down the pipes, right? And one of my subscribers said that they don't agree with me about crypto or businesses versus crypto. But what I wrote back in a reply is that crypto could go to be worth next to nothing when it's paired with the USD or whatever, but it's still there and you could still use it, you can still buy it, and therefore it would go back up in value if people start doing that, right? So it can't just disappear unless it's some with ruggable scam code shit, right? So right, I think the next couple of years is going to be excellent for crypto, and who knows, maybe even the United States government, I think the United States government already knows. I think they're already there, or maybe they don't, but maybe Trump will be cool with crypto. I think it's still going to be here, not going anywhere in the next few years, and everything is getting bled dry. I don't know what the fuck happened or who's to blame, but that was the last couple of years were really fucking not very cool or mature. It wasn't very adult like. It wasn't very philosophical. It wasn't very cool to see the country I grew up in, where I was told my whole life that freedom of speech and all these great things, and then it just turned into like this, like the most bizarro thing ever. And then you got the craziest stuff too, like what's up with that teacher in Canada that wears the fake boobs? And I don't even know if that's true or not, but there's so many outlets reporting on it, and they're saying the school district supported it. And to me, but it's kind of like, well, what if you're one of those, a female that says, I'm going to identify as a male, and then they put a fake schlong in their pants that is noticeable that goes down to their knee, because we all know that is possible, and it exists in nature. These dudes with dicks that go down to their kneecaps. So would that be appropriate to just like over exaggerate a genital area, like to that type of extreme? It's just, it's not, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. If that's the case, you should be able to identify as a man and a woman and have an extra long schlongadong and the big ass titties. You know what I'm saying? And then what? That couldn't have been real. That's got to be people fucking with us, man. That's not normal. That's not even that. I would never even do anything close to doing that when I go, fuck, you gotta be kidding me. But maybe that's where I'm oppressed by the mind, and I need to chill the fuck out and understand that. I don't know. So I see that next couple of years, man, I was just thinking about next couple of years. There's a lot of money being made off crypto because I think it's gonna fracking and all that shit's gonna come back, and people are gonna start making money again in 2005, 2006. I think if you start buying crypto the next couple of years, dollar cost average, because shit is gonna hit the fan and shit's gonna drop even more. But this is where the strong survive. That is for sure. I made so much money off of crypto. I was one of the people that a lot of people might be bent out of shape from crypto because they started jumping on the crypto train when BTC was at 30,000, right? So if Bitcoin was at 30,000, you enjoyed this like high of it getting to 67,000, and you also it probably invested in other coins while you're at it, and you got to experience the high of those coins going up dramatically. But now look where you're at if you didn't sell. And a lot of those people probably didn't sell because everybody thought it was going to $1 million, right? And so, though me, and I'd encourage you to think about this. I knew this a long time ago, that you got like, you got to start accumulating. You just got to start accumulating when it's low, and mentally train yourself to try to hold on to these things like it's holding on to like a favorite baseball card or something. And the Bitcoin halving's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Don't listen to it's not good for the environment, because every time you do a Google search, it's bad for the environment. How much electricity that shit takes up. Don't let them fucking trick you, dude. Fuck electricity, dude. That's stupid. Now a lot of them are switching over to certain ways to work where it's not like what Ethereum just did, proof of stake. So it's going to be somewhat green, right? Still using exchanges, using the internet, using anything. You turn the lights on your house, you know what I'm saying? Oh no, watch out. But I think that the powers that be already got what they wanted, reduce the population, and now it's just going to kind of slowly be reduced because probably a lot of people can't have kids. Maybe they can, I don't know, but maybe there's going to be a lot less people because it seems like a lot of people are like not doing so good. And maybe, I don't know, but definitely, who knows. So that's my plan right now, is just to make music, work, and accumulate crypto. But right now I don't have that stockpile of cash I'd want to have fun trading with. So yeah, because I'm not like a second time around crypto YouTuber that was here before, like 2016 to 2017. I more or less started fucking with that shit in 2018, 2019. It's what it is. And so, though I do know that it was a blessing, and why I had the last year when like I wasn't working, everything was fuckled. I traveled. I went to so many concerts. I took my kids out to the most awesome places. It was great, it was good times. And I'm just excited now that, hey, I kind of knew I was starting a new job, and I calculated how much I was getting paid, so I kind of just did what I did and did two more family vacations. And so now it's time to save up. right? You gotta live your life. You gotta have fun. If you make money once, you can make it again. So now you live your life, make the money, and make great investments and stay cheap. Stay cheap, stay vigilant. So when I do start, oh, I don't, I'm doing van life right now too. And so I do have some like instructional videos, and I just got a new book too. Where is it? It's right here, called How to Start Day Trade. How to Start Day Trade. How to Start Day Trade. Isn't it Start Day Trading? Lucas Bagopine. Well, whatever. I got it for $0.25 at the discount store. So, but it's from 2021. So that's what's funny. Somebody made this book because they knew, like, that's when people were like starting to trade a lot, and everybody got their free money and shit. 2020, 2021, and all the free government money. And so, yeah, the first things first for me is to analyze Ethereum. Like when I get my first paycheck, like basically around the 10th of every month, I'm gonna be doing my monthly dollar cost averaging stuff and try to figure out using charts and, you know, other things, figuring out using charts and news articles within crypto to figure out, hey, where should I place my money, right? And I have a funny feeling the next 6 months to a year, and there could be a moment where powers that be, like, you get that black swan event. So it's gonna be awesome. I'm excited to put probably like $1,000 into crypto every month. All right. Well, have a good day. Peace out.